Hello everyone, welcome to Nihongadas and welcome to a new video of Nihongadas Off Track. It's been a while that I don't publish anything, let alone filming something for Nihongadas Off Track, but it is worth it. It is really worth it. So today I'm just 5 minutes away from the super crowded Shibuya station, this whole massive area full of huge buildings and with millions of people crossing every single day. However, just 5 minutes away, and here there is no noise, no massification, barely anybody, okay? But this shrine is really important because here we have the oldest Omikoshi in Tokyo. Do you want to know more about it? Stick to this video and we will check it out more. Are you ready? Let's start. This is called the Konno Hachimangu shrine. I know it's a little bit hard name, but don't worry, we are going to break it up into two different parts, okay? For both of the parts, we need to move back to the end of the 11th century, around the Heian period. The Heian period is just 1 century away from finishing. So as I said, there are two parts. Let's start with the second one, Hachimangu. Hachimangu means Hachiman shrine. But who is Hachiman? Hachiman is one of the most important Shinto deities in Japan. He is the patron deity of the Minamoto clan. He is also the god of war for many warriors. He has plenty of shrines all over Japan. One of those Minamoto was Minamoto no Yoshie, who around the end of the 11th century managed to stop a turmoil. And he believed it was thanks to this Hachiman. That's why he decided to make this shrine in 1092. Well, not this shrine is more modern, but basically the first shrine dedicated to Hachiman would be around this area in 1092. However, Minamoto no Yoshie was not alone. The Taira clan was supporting him. You may have heard of the Taira clan and the fights that they had with the Minamoto clan, but that was a few years later, okay? There is a lot of history regarding those two clans, but that is in the future, okay? So don't worry about that too much now. Anyway, the Taira clan was supporting Minamoto no Yoshie for this turmoil. And one of those Taira, Shigeiye, he was awarded by the ruling Emperor Horikawa the title of Shibuya clan. So Shibuya clan would be a branch of this Taira clan. Remember when we talked about the Chichibu clan to discuss the origins of the former Edo castle? That one also was a branch of the Taira clan. This Shibuya clan established their main castle here in this area. This is a recreation made by another YouTube channel of how the former Shibuya castle would have been like, made using Minecraft. This is where our shrine would be located. If you want to check the full original video, I'll leave the link both here in the video and in the description as well. Thank you to the original channel for letting me use this video. We even preserve one stone of the past fortress of the Shibuya castle. When the Shibuya clan comes here, the name of the Hachimangu shrine changed to Shibuya Hachimangu shrine. That is the birth of Shibuya, and that is why this shrine is so important for the whole Shibuya area and the nearby neighborhoods as well, such as Aoyama. Shigeiye's son was called Konnomaru. When Konnomaru was 17 years old, he left, okay, he joined the military army of Yoshitomo. When he left, it is said that he even left a statue of himself, made by himself, to his mother. Okay, the statue technically is inside this little shrine, but right now it's closed. They only show it to the public during their annual festival. This Konnomaru joins the rebellion of Yoshitomo, Yoshitomo was Minamoto no Yoritomo's dad. Do you know Yoritomo? You may know Yoritomo because he was quite well known in the history of Japan. He was the first shogun in the history of Japan. After this fight that I mentioned between Taira and Minamoto, he becomes Japan's first shogun, and Yoshitomo was his dad. When Yoshitomo dies, Konnomaru escapes from the battle and meets Yoshitomo's wife just to report about his death. Konnomaru was a very important personality. That's why he received 2 different memorials. One of the memorials was the tree behind me. This tree is called Konno Sakura or Konno Cherry Tree. It is said this tree was planted by Minamoto no Yoritomo when he came to this shrine. This cherry tree also has one peculiar feature, which is it has single and double cherry blossoms. To be honest, I haven't seen it. I have researched about it, but now that I know, I definitely want to come and check if it's true. The second memorial was to change the name of the shrine from Shibuya Hachimangu to Konno Hachimangu. That was the name of the shrine since then. Shibuya Castle was burned down in 1524 during the Sengoku period. During that period, basically everything was burned down, and probably our shrine was destroyed together with this castle. During the Edo period, the capital moved to Edo, which was the smaller version of what is currently Tokyo. That's why Shibuya is right now inside Tokyo, but it was not inside Edo. But it's here in 1612 where our current shrine is built, thanks to 2 personalities. One of them was Lady Kasuga, the wet nurse of Iemitsu, Hidetada's son, and also a very important and interesting personality. I really hope I can dedicate one video to Lady Kasuga in the near future. It would be really cool. And the other one would be Aoyama Tadatoshi, which is Iemitsu's teacher. After a few modern restorations, this shrine survived the earthquake from 1923 and the bombing from 1945. So we could kind of say that this shrine is the same that was built in 1612. But you may be wondering, wasn't he going to talk about the oldest Omikoshi in Tokyo? Okay, wait a little, I'm getting there, no worries. This is the oldest Omikoshi in Tokyo, and it has a very curious story linked to it. In the past, many shrines could not afford to have an Omikoshi, so they had to borrow it from other shrines. That's what happened with Konno Hachimangu. Konno Hachimangu during the early Edo period was quite an important shrine on the neighborhood, as I said, but they didn't have any Omikoshi. However, there was another shrine also dedicated to a Hachiman god that had seven Omikoshi. That one was the Tsurugaoka Hachimangu shrine, located in Kamakura. Some young men from Aoyama decided to go to Kamakura and help them carrying the Omikoshi during the Kamakura's annual festival. However, this Omikoshi experienced a little derail, just 45 kilometers from Kamakura shrine all the way to this shrine, around 45 kilometers. Most of the versions do not say why did it happen. If it was already planned in advance to take the shrine from Kamakura shrine here, we do not know. I found one version not very supported by others, so I wouldn't believe too much, but I really hope it's true. According to this version, the men from Aoyama, they were planning to plead with the shrine officials to let them borrow one of the Omikoshi. However, during the festival, they got a little bit sidetracked with the festival's food and drink. So, drunk as they were, they took the Omikoshi for a walk, for an extended version walk. And they ended up coming all the way here. To be honest, I do prefer to imagine like a bunch of drunk people arguing among each other, something like "Hey, what a party! Man, I love festival. Yes, and they let us parade with this cool Omikoshi. Yeah, I wish our shrine had one too. Oh, oh, listen to me. I just had an idea. Why don't we take this Omikoshi to your shrine? Are you crazy? Don't you remember how long it took us to come walking all the way here? It's not that much. We can do it. But what if they catch us? Nah. This shrine has many. They won't notice if we take just one. Trust me, bro. They're not gonna notice. The night is ours. Let's go. Eventually, the shrine officials realized and tried to catch this group of potentially drunk people. However, during the Edo period, there was no street lighting, so unless someone lit a fire, the only light source was coming from the moon and the stars. But our men from Aoyama had one advantage: they knew this area. When they passed around Meguro River, they went next to an area called Kurayamisaka, which literally means the slope of darkness. You can imagine how dark it could get. This is where the angry shrine officials from Kamakura lost track of our group from Aoyama. This Omikoshi has been at this shrine since then. And even though this event happened during the early Edo period, this Omikoshi is much older. This Omikoshi was made during the Kamakura period, making it the oldest Omikoshi in Tokyo, even though it was not made in Tokyo and it didn't belong to this shrine originally either. So everybody, that's all for today. I really hope you enjoyed. It's been a while that I didn't take any videos for this Nihongada soft track, but I really enjoyed, and when I heard that the oldest Omikoshi in Tokyo could be seen, and it's right here, and it was right in Shibuya station, I didn't think about it. I wanted to explore, and one more time, every time I explore, I wanted to learn more and more and more, and it's never ending. There's always more and more, but I have to put an end to this video. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, remember to leave your like, subscribe, comment, etc. And have fun. See you on the next video. Bye-bye. And one of those taira the shrine, the Shibuya clan, it starts being known